Hello everybody, it is I, Sit Back Reviews, the man who has basically been talking about pieces of plastic for the last year. Recently, I've been making some tier list videos, and as you can tell, I've been putting a lot of them into shorts, and let's just say a lot of people have been having a lot of fun with them, and the comments are interesting. But today I wanted to make kind of a fully fledged tier list video for this one. And what's a better topic for Skylanders than probably the most important value to every Skylanders game? The starter pack. The starter packs are like the beginning of time. Without a starter pack, how are the fans, how are newcomers going to even get into the world of Skylanders? And that is why the have to be probably one of the most important, eye-catching, and grasping thing you're gonna get when you start your Skylanders adventure. Now, before we even start, I just want to set some ground rules on how I'm basing my opinions, because there is a method to my madness. You just have to watch. 1, more bang for your buck. Does a starter pack offer so much that you, as a consumer, gets enough value out of it on why you spent probably like $70 or so on this? The second rule is the Skylanders. Probably one of the most important aspects are what type of Skylanders are you getting? Are they good ones? Are they bad ones? Are they entertaining? Are they dog shit? And the third one is the portal. A lot of people don't really talk about the portal, but I'm a huge fan of the portals, and I feel like they play an important role in the experience of Skylanders, because not only does the figure have an important role, but the physicality of this piece of plastic should be able to kind of grasp you into this world even more. Now, I'm an adult, so basically taking the world of gas and McDonald's is harder to go into a digital world of fantasies and green little nutsacks, but the portal should get me there. So the first ever starter pack that ever happened, of course, was the Spyro's Adventure starter pack. And I'm going to come off very strong on this one, but I think that is an instant S tier. This starter pack is amazing. May it be blessed by the teats of Master Eon, but oh my god, this starter pack has everything that fills the requirements that I need, and it is just pure perfection. The reason being is that the Spyro's Adventure starter pack gives you 3 Skylanders. Just having 3 Skylanders as like your beginning of a journey is really important, because that means that with 3 Skylanders, you can, in a sense, beat the game with them. Like, of course, I think we all convinced our parents to at least buy like 1 more or 2 more Skylanders that have, you know, begrudgingly, okay, we're going, and you know, there's $30 of their money, but $30 of your happiness. But let's just say, you know, to the people that didn't get an opportunity to even go out and buy more Skylanders, 3 figures is honestly like the best thing you can get. Because if you really were stuck with these 3 and your parents wouldn't let you go buy more, not only is that something you should probably talk to your therapist 5 or 10 years from now, but you can still make work with just these 3. And another thing too, Trigger Happy, Spyro, and Gilgrunt are probably the best characters to have in the starter pack, because they all hit a class. Spyro is like a medium class. He's a solid all-around character to get people interested into the game and, you know, seeing how they feel. Trigger Happy is a fucking nuts character. So for the people who like to just do damage as quick as possible, or just, you know, spam A, this is your guy. And then Gilgrunt is the godly heavy character. Getting hit with a harpoon from him is like getting hit by a cruise ship. But with these 3 Skylanders, they played basically kind of like a class system. Light, medium, heavy. And you get the best of all 3 right there. And of course, the portal. Oh! The like rocky ridges on it that are a little uneven and it looks like a wishing well is just, it like tickles my little creative fancies. It's adorable and something that like I would love to have like a huge pedestal for one. So now going on to the next one is the Spyro Adventure 3DS version. And I'm coming off strong again, but that is another S tier. Oh my god. The Spyro's Adventure 3DS starter pack has probably the most nuttiest Skylanders in there. Now again, of course, you get 3. Bang for your buck. Awesome. But you get Spyro, who's a variant, a legit one too. You do lose out on Sugar Happy. That is a bummer. But you get Stealth Elf. And Stealth Elf is a legit fast, lightweight character. She's basically a blender, but alive. And then you get probably one of the coolest and nuttiest Skylanders in all of Spyro's Adventure, Igniter. Igniter is probably one of the best Skylanders in Spyro's Adventure, and no one can deny that because he is so strong, he is so cool in design, and he is British. If you go up to a Skylanders fan and you ask them what their favorite Skylanders were, about like 99% of time, Igniter's gonna be on that like top 3 because of how well known and strong he is. And if he wasn't a top 3, you have all the right to kill him because that is just the law of the land. And on the topic of the portal, it's basically the regular portal, but pequeño. It is adorable, and it's like kind of like a mini wishing well. It's so cute. Okay, out of the Spyros into the Giants. And for the Giant starter pack, honestly, I think it's a B tier. The reason why the Giant starter pack is in B tier is not that it isn't good or that it isn't bad, because again, bang for your buck, you get a Giant and you get 3 Skylanders basically in one. It's really good. The reason why I'm putting it in B tier is more so you gotta look at the Skylanders within it. Treelex is an amazing Skylander, but he's a gimmick Skylander. This is where gimmicks start to become a big thing within the starter pack. Then once you go from Treelex, you go into Jetpack. And Jetpack's a really good core Skylander, as I think we call him. He's literally the sucking fucking cock of like all of Skyland. Somebody was cooking good when they made him, and that's why he's like brought into every game. But then there's the beginning of the series line of variants, and that is Series 2 Cinder. Now, of course, the people that had a difficulty getting Cinder, this is probably your best bet because Series Skylanders are basically a rebrand of an old Skylander, but with like additional leveling and a new move to them basically. But they are still the same character. To be in a starter pack, it hurts. It really hurts me. Because you gotta think of it like this. Let's say you buy this starter pack and you already have Cinder. Now you're the owner of 2 Cinders. And basically this Cinder makes your old Cinder redundant because this one has a new move. When you put it in that system, into that kind of bang a buck, you really only get 2 new Skylanders and 1 retool of another. And that's why I don't really like this starter pack as much, because starting from here on, they're always gonna kind of put some little friendly friend from our past, and it sucks that it started with Giants. Either way though, Giants was pretty cool. Oh, and the portal was the same, so for the Giants starter pack for the 3DS, I'm gonna kind of say the same thing. It's a B tier. It's not great, it's not amazing, it just kind of plays within in the middle. Same situation, this time instead of Jetpack, you get Pop Fizz, who is still as amazing as Jetpack. In my own personal opinion, maybe even funner. That's not a word. I'm reversing to baby. But again, you get Cinder. You get another Series 2, and I mean, maybe if they changed her up to like somebody that was different or a little cooler, I guess, maybe will sway my opinion. But it's the same situation, and honestly, we can move past this. What I'm not gonna move past though is the previous. If you own the Spyro's Adventure, here is a giant fucking starter pack. This is F tier. This deserves to burn in hell, because this is the worst, I mean worst starter pack there is in existence of Skylanders. And I'm so happy that it was born in Giants and it died in Giants. Basically, the meaning to this pack is that if you already own Spyro's Adventure and they're already reusing the portal from before, instead of having to, you know, buy a whole new starter pack and get a whole new portal and it's the same one from before, you can just get this cheaper version. I think it was like $20 or so cheaper. And this one just basically comes with a game and tree rat. I think one of the biggest kind of cock blocks that this box has is it even says on the front of it, if you owned Spyro's Adventure, this is the pack for you, basically. So to parents, this is probably like a call from heaven, but to children, this is like literally our worst nightmare. So if I can actually like physically kill something as a starter pack, I would kill this.
Do I amuse you? Am I some sort of clown to you?
I hate my job.
Okie dokie, artichoke, we're now probably into the best game that I enjoy out of the series, and that is Skylanders Swap Force. And I'm gonna say it, the Skylanders Swap Force, it's an A tier. It's pretty solid. Is it ball-bustingly good? I'll get into that. But it's a really solid starter pack. Again, bang for your buck. 3 Skylanders. Not only that, you get 2 of the gimmick. The things that drive me away from the starter pack is the characters within it. Firebomb is great, need I say, and Washbuckler is even cool too. But Ninja Stealth Elf, why? Why? As a figure, she looks legit. It's like, oh my god, she's gonna be different. She's a ninja. But when you put her in the game, she's just regular Stealth Elf. You have to unlock that one power just so you can turn her into a ninja and then summon a fucking tiger. It is such a big cock block. It is so sad. What they should have done instead is give you 2 swap heroes and then 1 of the new core Skylanders. I feel like that would have been a better choice, because then you wouldn't get a familiar face who is nothing different to what we've had previously. You would get somebody new, and you get to see kind of like a fun little new face to the experience. I mean, shit, throw in Zulu into this, and I mean, I would be a little more happier than what it is. On the topic of on the portal, I actually like it. Yeah, that rustic, you know, Stonehenge look that they had is gone, and it kind of makes me a little sad because I loved it. You know, the obtuse rubber goose angles, but the sleek look to it is pretty legit. It's not minimal, but it's sleek. But we're gonna continue on because the 3DS starter kit, this is a sleeper hit because this is an S tier.
And like that, you've lost me.
I'm gonna get goddamn crucified for this. The 3DS starter kit is actually better than the original one. Hear me out. The reason I say this is Rattleshake and Storm shit, I think, like cock lightning cock, I don't know, bird in air, I forgot his name. Oh, Free Bird, yeah. Oh, Free Ranger, what am I thinking? Basically, Rattleshake and Free Ranger are really solid additions and really cool Swap Force heroes. And then on the topic of Eruptor, this is Eruptor Series 3, and yes, I'm gonna be a hypocrite because this one is a different color variant. It sounds bad, but you gotta think about it like this. You not only get a Series 3 Eruptor, you get a whole new design, you get a color variant of his figure. And look, I'm not gonna try to defend a lot of these variants because, as you can tell, a lot of these are gonna be color variant packs, and I don't want like the variant colors to sway my opinion as much. But I'm just saying, for at least for Swap Force, the fact that Eruptor is actually like different and unique in a way, not only as a Series 3, but like his own little like design, that is enough to just say that Swap Force 3DS is a pretty legit starter pack. Okay, so here we are at Trap Team. This is rough because the Trap Team starter pack has its pros and it has its cons. And I think for the sake of argument, The Trap Team starter pack is a B tier. Hear me out. That's gonna be literally like the answer to all of these. Everyone has their goddamn pitchforks already and like their torches, and I'm like, wait! The reason why I'm putting Trap Team starter pack into B list is because you're not getting your bang for your buck. Now, I know some people will defend this. Hey, you're getting 4 things. Isn't that crazy? But like, you gotta think about it in this sense. Yes, you're getting 4 things, but the contents of themselves are just a little, you know? Food Fight, there's no words except perfection. He's so much fun. And Snapshot is a cool Traptanium hero. The thing is you only get 1 Traptanium Skylander in a game where you need 7 more Traptanium Skylanders. Well, instead, they gave us 2 traps that I will say thank you, because you get a grass trap and you get a water trap. And of course, in the first level, that lets you capture Sheep Creep and Gulper, meaning that you get to not only experience your first villain with the game, but you also get to experience kind of like a boss character too. But again though, a villain isn't like a fully fledged character. They're fun and all, and they have their things, but they're not really like the Skylander. You know, somebody that you craft and you put your money and investment into. That's why this kind of upsets me, because in a game that is already so money robbing, oh so money robbing, oh gosh, basically this starter pack doesn't do jack shit. Yeah, you can probably do enough in the first level, but once you get past that first level, you're nude, afraid, and I gotta sneeze. Oh, it's gone. But on the topic of the portal though, I genuinely like it. This portal could honestly drive it to S tier because of how like well crafted it was, and it's the first portal in the game to actually interact with the player, because when you put the trap in, they talk to you. It's so legit, and also kind of annoying when you want to play at night and you hear like broccoli guy like talking to you, and when that happens it gets a little weird. But the portal itself is truly legit, and it's kind of a bummer because, a little bit of a spoiler alert, the Skylanders portals don't get any better from here. This is probably the best portal we're gonna get in the entire series, and it sucks that it started here and died here. That's just what Skylanders is. It's basically the series that started an empire and destroyed its own empire. Like the Romans. Okay, so the 3DS starter pack, it's not good. We're just gonna put it in a C tier. I want to give it an F, but I will praise it on some things, because at least the 3DS starter pack gives you a Traptanium hero, Gusto, and a baby character. You don't really get baby characters in these starter packs, but you know, the baby characters were kind of something that was in the side for like a Frito-Lay promotion, but now in Trap Team and on, they're playable. So the fact that you get a little Baber, it's kind of cute, but you only get 2. It doesn't make sense that from Spyros to Swap Force, they gave you 3 characters, and then in Trap Team, they only give you 2? Why? Who at Activision thought it was the best idea to spit in all of our faces and then step on our nuts? This is so ass backwards of a starter pack. It doesn't make sense. And I think the part that kind of also hurts this starter pack too is the fact that Gnarly Rex is just Tree Rex, but baby. If you have Tree Rex, why are you gonna play Gnarly Rex when he's just Tree Rex? It doesn't make any sense. And I mean, Gusto kind of basically carries this whole starter kit, but overall, Trap Team's 3DS starter pack was ass. What is this fucking Super Size Me starter pack? Oh my god. Okay, I gotta check into this. So in this starter pack, you not only get the originals that you were guaranteed, but you get the addition of a triple pack featuring Chopper, Funny Bone, and Series 2 Shroom Boom, 2 babies, Bash, Bop, and Terra McFuck, and 1 additional trap for Undead. Wow, that is a supersized McDonald's pack. Have I ever seen one? This is borderline cheating. I mean, you get so much bang for your buck, but I'm putting it in a C tier. It's going in the C tier because it's too unfair to be like in an S tier. Because if you put Jesus Christ into a kaiju tier list, of course he's going to be S tier because no one can defeat that holy man. So the reason why it's in C tier is not because of the bang for your buck, because you get so much bang for your buck, but I bet you this was a little more expensive, of course. So when you look at the contents of the starter pack, like of course there's a lot of cool things in there, but again, a lot of these are just not the best Skylanders. So you get Bop and Terrafin that are adorable, but I mean if you basically have Terrafin and Bash, they're just more of shelf cuteness. Then the Undead trap is like really useless for a long time because I don't even think you encounter an undead like villain for like a solid 5 or so levels. Why are we getting an undead trap when we're not even going to be able to use it? And then when you look at the 3 Skylanders you get, Series 2 Shroom Boom is actually legit because, you know, Shroom Boom is a fun character. I enjoy him. But again, if you have Shroom Boom, you're basically getting him again. And then on the topic of Funky Bone, he's not really a good character. He's really not. He's fun, but he's not good. He's just there. And if anything, the only character that is like pretty legit out of this is Chopper. So yeah, you get so much for your buck, but you're not really getting quality Skylanders out of them. But you know what isn't in C tier? This starter pack, the Dark starter pack, is going straight into S tier because this is what would make the Trap Team starter pack an even better starter pack. So I'm gonna try to not talk about like the color variants. I'm not gonna let that get in the way of this because this is basically the original starter pack with 2 new additions. What makes this starter pack amazing in the mega Chad that it is that you get 2 Traptanium heroes. Now you can access 2 elemental gates without having to go buy extra trap heroes. You get Wildfire nonetheless, and he is amazing. There's something about like fire Skylanders that like Toys for Bob and all of them will like really go ham on for some like unknown reason. So not only is Wildfire a nut buster of a character, but you also get the Chaos Trap. Look, again, it's a trap that you're not gonna use for basically the whole game, but it's the fact that you don't have to go out and buy this trap when you do get to that point is really what matters in the end. Like, the difference between the Undead Trap and the Chaos Trap is, yeah, the Undead Trap is not useful right away, but it will come to use at one point, and the Chaos Trap is not useful until the end. At least with the Undead Trap, that's just for like a regular old enemy. The Chaos Trap is to capture the main villain of the series. So of course, this is something that people are gonna have to go out and buy, and the fact that you get it with your starter pack really alleviates a lot of stress for a lot of people, I feel, because now you don't have to go and buy one, you already have it at home. Oh boy, SuperChargers, aren't we in a fun territory? So now for the Xbox/Sony starter pack for SuperChargers, I'm giving it a C tier. Yeah, not a big fan of it. This is what I meant when I talked about with Trap Team. Your bang for your buck is now becoming less because now you're only getting 2 characters and then the gimmick. I really don't like that. They should continue the 3 Skylanders and the gimmick. And of course, I get it. The more Skylanders they give you, the less money they get and the more that they have to produce. These starter packs have to basically be mass produced. Thus, these Skylanders within the starter packs have to be mass produced. And when you have 3 to each starter pack, it can get a little, you know, expensive. And I get that. This just feels like such a cut corner like thing they did, because when you look at the starter pack, you get Spitfire, who's okay. It's solid, but okay. And then you get his car. That, okay, cool. And then you get Stealth Elf once again. I won't go too hard on this one because at least this is the generation where when they took the previous Skylanders, they actually retooled them into something legit. I think she was actually a really fun character in this game, being something different. I think the fact that, yes, the starter pack gives you 2 cool characters and a vehicle, it's the fact that you only get 1 vehicle. And that is what annoys me. Now, of course, SuperChargers doesn't ask too much from the fan base. You only need 1 car, 1 plane, and 1 boat. If you have all 3 of those, you can get through the game with ease. But the fact that the starter pack doesn't at least give you, I don't know, Stealth Elf's plane is a little kind of a aneurysm I get when I look at this, because it's just like, why? So that's why it's gotta be C tier. I'm gonna say this too, the portals in this generation suck ass. They are so boring. They basically just looked at a side of asphalt and said, ooh, I think that's a pretty cool idea for a portal. That will totally just slap that shit on. So when it comes to Skylanders SuperChargers, this one, it has a bad rep, and I see why it has a bad rep. But now I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I'm putting the Donkey Kong and the Bowser starter pack in B tier. Now this is actually bang for your buck a little more, because not only are they Nintendo characters reprised into the Skylander universe, that's actually really cool and they're really fun. And I think another thing that comes with this too is the fact that Donkey Kong and Bowser have an amiibo feature. So not only are you getting Donkey Kong and Bowser Skylanders, you're also getting a Donkey Kong and Bowser amiibo that you can use for, you know, amiibo needs. I'ma say it, I think it's cool, and if I get shot for that, I'm sorry. I think the only thing that's holding back these starter packs though is, again, the portal, and it makes sense, but console exclusive. Donkey Kong and Bowser are only allowed to be playable on the Nintendo side of things. I think the shittiest part of all is that Bowser is exclusive to probably the worst version of Skylanders SuperChargers. SuperChargers Racing. No. And the fact that that's the only way you can really get Bowser at that time is a slap to the face. I think I'm gonna kind of hit the same thing here. And the dark packs, I'm gonna jump to this one and get this one out of the way, because the dark packs do offer a little bit more, but the Wii U dark pack is going in C tier. It's going in C tier. It's not good. It's not good. The only reason why it's going with the same level of SuperChargers is because, yes, you get more. You get Spitfire, you get the Chaos Trophy, but who thought it was a good idea to put 2 of the same vehicle types in the same starter pack? That is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen, because this basically means that if you buy this starter pack, you are basically getting 2 cars that, yeah, it's cool, you get 2 cars, whoop-de-fucking-do, but you get 2 cars when you should be getting like 2, like, I don't know, vehicle types so you can do more within the game. And it's the most backwards idea, and I mean, it like angers me a little on like why they even allowed this to happen. But if I'm gonna say anything though, I think the Xbox and the Wii versions, they can honestly go into A tier. I think these can go into A tier. The reason being too is that this is what the SuperChargers starter pack should have been. You get 2 types of vehicles. The Xbox gives you a boat, the Wii gives you a plane. And that, yeah, or vice versa, they go in hand, but it's the fact that you get 2 types of vehicles is what's really more important at this. And if Chaos is a plane, well shit, this basically completes your whole circle. Hey, awesome, congratulations, you did it. Imaginators, ooh baby, isn't this one controversial too? This is gonna look bad, but the Imaginators starter pack is an A tier.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
The reason why the Imaginator starter pack is in an A tier, you actually do get your bang for your buck. You get 3 characters, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait a second, the core, it's not a character, it's a core, it's an Imaginator. But your Imaginator is the character. The Imaginators in this game are actually really freaking legit. And yeah, you know, there's Imaginators and Senseis, and I mean, there's not so much of a heavy emphasis on the gimmick, I would say, in this game. But if you really just need to get through the game with these 2 Senseis, you really could. Like, you can hit the dongs, and you can, oh, is it dong? Did I say dongs? I mean gongs. You can hit the dongs. You can do everything you need to do with just these 3 things, and you get your bang for the buck. And this is a gimmick that's just like Giants, where it's an actual character. The only reason though that it's not an S tier is the portal is just the reused portal from Swap Force. That I like it, but what the fuck happened here? It feels like they literally had like all of this stock of Swap Force portals, and some dude was like, I don't know, bro, we have too many of these, we might as well get these things out of here. And they just slapped it into the Imaginators. Other than that, I mean, Imaginators is a very solid starter pack, but I'm not gonna say it's a ball buster, because there is a ball buster starter pack. The Crash Bandicoot starter pack for Imaginators is an S tier. This thing is beautiful. I'm not even a big Crash fan, and I know that seeing Crash in this game was both people's dreams and perpetual nightmares. But the Crash Bandicoot starter pack basically gives you 5 characters and one of the DLC adventures all in one starter pack. It's legit. Now, I'm not gonna go into the topic of Crash because, you know, they're pretty solid, except Neo, he sucks so badly. He is not fun at all for me. You get all the goodies, it's all there. The only addition is that Crash and Neo brings you a whole new DLC level called the Wampa Pampa Islands or something like that. And I think that's legit. So not only can you play the game for what it is, but you get 5 characters of varying types: a water, an earth, a tech, a ground, and a fire. You get 5 types of elements in one shot, and it is so great. It's beautiful. It's perfection. I didn't appreciate it at first because I was like, wow, they just slapped Crash into a starter pack. But when you really like play Imaginators and you realize that this is probably the best thing you're gonna get, that's not a variant starter pack that I will get to as my last. This is one of the legitest starter packs, and I mean, at least they did a better cameo than they did for Spyro. So, thumbs up for that one. And we are at the Dark starter pack. Wowzers, this is a handful. I'm gonna put this. Shit, it's going in A. It's too good, and it's only good for one thing. The Dark Imaginator starter pack gives you a lot. Just like in all these other starter packs, you get a lot for your money. You not only get the original 3, but you get Wolfgang, a life core, and a dark core with a golden chest. Wolfgang's a pretty cool character. I didn't get a lot of much out of him, but I mean, he's legit. 3 cores is basically 3 more Skylanders. So right in this starter pack, you've gotten 6 that is one up than the Crash Bandicoot one. But the only reason why I put it in A is that it's too good, and it would, of course, all these would be higher, but I have to be realistic. If I'm gonna look at this for the face value, and I'm gonna dig into this, Wolfgang is cool. 3 cores are great. A chest is great because you get so many goodies from that. But the most important thing in this whole starter pack is the dark core, because finding a dark core crystal at this day and age under $30 to $40 is impossible. Starter pack basically has one of the hardest starter cores to find in this day and age. If that dark core crystal wasn't in there, shit, this would be like in C or D or B tier. But it kind of saved it, so whoop-de-doo for that one. Hey guys, this is post-production SBR here. I actually forgot that there was one more starter pack to Imaginators called the Portal Owner Starter Pack. Basically, it's a gift card that came with no Skylanders, and yeah, it's complete dog shit. So, all I can say to that one is it is even worse than F tier, and now it makes sense why Skylanders Imaginators died. And with that, we are at the end of this journey. We finally got through all of these Skylanders tier list, and there wasn't a lot, but there's still a lot to talk about, or I think. If not, I just rambled your ear off. Just kind of looking at this list, I'm gonna do a little quick review on this. Clearly, the S tiers are they have all the values that I look for in like these starter packs. Bang for your buck, the portal, and not only that, the Skylanders themselves. Spyro's Adventure is still one of the best. The 3DS is godlike. The Swap Force 3DS is really solid because it's a better version of the original. And the Trap Team Dark Starter Kit is great for the fact that you get one more Traptanium Hero and a Chaos Trap. And the Crash Bandicoot Imaginator Starter Pack is great too because you get 5 genuine characters and you get the DLC the DLC level. All of these hold the values that I enjoy with a little bit of, leeway, but that's where my personal opinion kicks in. And of course, you have the A tiers. The A tiers clearly are bangers, but they're not completely there. The Swap Force is a banger. It's the best. I love it so much. But what holds this one back is Stealth Elf. Going into the SuperChargers, they're bangers, but I think what holds these ones back is the fact that the portal sucks and it has to be a color variant to make this work, and that's something that I don't think should be a reason why a starter pack should be better. It needs to be solid in the first place. So that just kind of annoys me there, that these have to be an A tier, but they're an A tier for a good reason. And then of course the two Imaginators. The Imaginator starter pack is amazing as it is, and the Dark Imaginator starter pack is still as great and maybe even better than the original. But if you really have to take it to face value, the only best thing that you're going to get in that is a dark core crystal. The B tiers though, of course, is something that they hit the middle. Giants, again, it's really just the fact that Cinder is there. But other than that, it's a really good starter pack, but it really walks a fine line, I would say. And it's the same thing with the second Giants. Trap Team starter pack, again, is really great, but it's the fact that they don't even have one more Trap Team Skylander. Just kind of lacks. And like I mentioned, Donkey Kong and Bowser, I love them, but again, one vehicle, that's it. And exclusivity, ugh. And the C tier. These are the guys that are kind of teetering the 3DS starter pack for Trap Team is just, it's abysmal, but it's there. It's cool. It has its value, but it's not the best. The fucking Happy Meal of a starter pack the Trap Team had for the Mega one. This one was more about quality versus quantity. There is so much quantity, of course, and it looks good. But when it comes to quality, a lot of these characters are not good. They're really not. And then the SuperChargers console starter pack. It's there for a reason, like I mentioned. This one is just a slap to the nuts. Like, why would they make a dark starter pack that gives you 2 vehicles, but you get 2 cars and not 2 different types of vehicles? It's so back-ass, but it's there for the fact that you do get a lot. And then of course, the F tier, the tier that it hurts me, has the if you owned Spyro's Adventure, here is a giant fuck you starter pack. Oh my god, this one deserves to burn. There is no defense on this. It is the worst. And I honestly, people can defend it by saying it saves you money, but it doesn't. Really, just buy the actual starter pack. Go and buy the Giants, because you'll get a better experience with that one. If you guys, liked my opinions, awesome. Please let me know in the comments below. If you guys didn't like my opinions, you'll most likely let me know down in the comments below. But I want to hear what you guys think. So please, tell me what your tier list looks like when it comes to the starter packs. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.